I'm Gil. I've been in the mainframe space for 27 years already. I worked for IBM in storage development and for some other client shops, and many people know me as the founder of Model 9. I started Model 9 in 2016. We were connecting mainframes to cloud. We sold Model 9 to BMC 3 years ago, and after a short while at BMC, I left BMC to start Geniez AI.
So what really led to you starting Geniez?
I think my entire career I've been focusing on, bringing innovative technologies to the mainframe world. And when I left BMC, we were obviously the hottest trend in the industry today is AI. So we were talking to customers, hearing their pain points, and we realized there is an opportunity for, doing this again, this time with AI in the mainframe.
Tell me a little bit more about the market gap that you saw and what was particularly inspirational there.
So I think, when we looked at the AI mainframe landscape, we have some vendors in the industry focusing on AI on Z, which is great. And we have some other vendors who are not even mainframe vendors who are like trying to help with, mainframe things like code and connectivity. And we just realized that, the big gap is, we all use ChatGPT on our private, life, but how do we get that into our professional life? And how do we, in a broader sense, how do we connect LLMs in general to derive business value for the company we work in? And so this is started to develop as something, that seems interesting to help customers with, that they see value in, and we went for that.
Great. Are there any elements to things that you've been working on a while that led you to this, or was it just that curiosity?
I think, and maybe we'll talk about it later, but at Geniez we're really trying to leverage some of the unique assets that companies have on the mainframe. And I started in storage, I evolved into data, and obviously, mainframe data is so interesting, it's so important to the companies. It's the most up-to-date data from real-time transactions hitting the mainframe, and all the decades of business history stored on the mainframe. So these are things that are, treasure troves for AI. And we just thought, okay, we understand data, we understand storage. There is an opportunity here to build something that brings value to customers.
Great. And for someone just hearing about Geniez, tell me in short, what do you do?
So, we call this connecting LLMs and AI agents to real-time mainframe data, but it's, you can think of it as a very simple, innovative way to connect mainframe data to the latest applications that companies are building. And today that's AI applications. And these typically involve LLMs, they involve building agents, and bridging that gap into the actual mainframe data to solve specific mainframe problems, doing this securely, in a scalable way, everything you would expect from a mainframe product. That's where we come in.
So how are you connecting generative AI to the mainframe?
So it's a few things. Okay, it's not just one trick. Although some customers at first think it's magic.
You just plug it in and be done.
Yeah, I mean, if it could have been that would be great. But what we do try to do is leverage industry standards.
Okay.
So from the AI side point of view, we are compatible, we're easy to plug in. And one example of that is the MCP protocol that we leverage. But I don't want you to think, hey, they did an MCP protocol for the mainframe, which is very hard to do, but that's not the end of the story. There's a lot of technology around how to secure that connection, how to do it in a scalable way, in a performant way, and also in a cost-effective way for the clients. So it's a framework of capabilities and not just the bridge itself.
Great. And how would you say your approach to all of this is different than how others are approaching AI in the mainframe?
I think, one of the things that's unique about our team is that we have deep mainframe skills. And unlike some other companies who are sort of trying to modernize the mainframe from the outside, we know how to leverage all the good things, all the technology of the mainframe itself. And we write code that runs on the mainframe, and our product runs on the mainframe. And we tackle the real mainframe challenges of accessing all the data that's hard to access, and doing this in a very secured way by leveraging the mainframe security capabilities. So these are mainframe specific capabilities that we are leveraging for our product. And I think that approach of running on the mainframe gives us an advantage in just being able to do things that others can't from the outside.
You've talked about this being about the data. Tell me a little bit more about what that means, especially when you want to focus on the data first.
So, the mainframe holds, as we said earlier, the most up-to-date data of the company, as well as the history of the company. And this could be data in DB2, this could be data in IMS, this could be just a VSAM file, or it could be your operational data like your Operlog or your SMF data. And we hear from customers that how to access that data and leverage it in an AI application is a challenge for them. And so that's what we're doing is focusing on delivering that data to the AI applications.
You're here at GSUK and you're talking about Geniez and what it does. I know you've got some clients. Tell me about what's really exciting them and what sets you apart than other attempts at AI on the mainframe.
So I think what we've been hearing from customers is that, for the first time they can leverage generative AI for their mainframe use cases, leverage their mainframe data with generative AI. Why is that exciting for them? Because we all use ChatGPT every day for our, personal life. And now the ease of asking a question in natural language about your mainframe data, this seems like magic to them. This can be, from a use case in their business, let's say a tax regulation has changed. Instead of writing new code on your mainframe to provide answers for, tax questions, they can now ask an LLM model, what has changed in my tax? What does it mean on my tax that a new regulation has come in? They don't need to run code on the mainframe, but at the same time, we also enable operational use cases like, checking what's happening in my system at the moment, looking at logs and asking, okay, where exactly is the problem from examining this log. So these are things you can do with a large language model, with generative AI, but you need to bring your mainframe data in order to accomplish that. So I would say, one customer told us, you picked a good name for your company. It seems like a genie, it seems like magic.
Does that mean that the data on the mainframe is more accessible to people within a company, or maybe accessible to more people within a company would be a way to ask that?
So yeah, when customers implement our solution, it's because they want to get access to real-time mainframe data, and they want to get access to all mainframe data. In the past, companies were trying to somehow move some data from the mainframe. Nobody moves all their mainframe data, just not enough time of day to move all the data. Or they can access some of the data in real time or replicate it, but these solutions are not scalable to all your mainframe data. And in our approach, we just go to the data at the source on the mainframe, query it in real time, and provide the response.
What are your clients saying about the business value that they're realizing from this?
So there are a few things that we hear from customers. One customer who's actually using this to, analyze system activity, and once they hit a problem, they can use the framework to leverage an LLM to check the audit logs and the system logs and try to find out what happened in the system. For them, that's reducing downtime, and that's worth a lot of money that they can put a dollar amount on. Other customers who are using this, for productivity gains, they just, if they don't have to write code on the mainframe in order to develop an AI application, that's faster time to market. They're freeing up time for their employees to do other things. That's also something they can put a dollar amount on.
Okay. That's especially important because we see that in our research that budgets towards staffing are just continually being cut. So the more you can enable more to be done with the same amount of time, it's especially important.
And I think to that point, AI it's like a race, everybody's trying to get ahead of the competition, ahead of, in their own business. And we see this top down from clients' leadership that they're telling them, show us how you can leverage AI to become more efficient, to serve our customers better, to beat the competition. So we're plugging into these initiatives.
So the latest version of Mainframe, the Z17, was released with an AI chip in order to help companies leverage AI. Are you utilizing that technology, or tell me what technology you are utilizing?
So as we said, one of the key differentiators for Geniez is that we run on the mainframe, and by that we leverage all the technology advancement in the hardware. We run on the zip engines, we run in the Linux environment, and whatever is built into the platform in terms of acceleration, security, performance, scalability, we benefit from all that.
Great, and that means you're able to leverage a lot of the benefits of a mainframe then, to things like that scalability and that security.
Exactly, and especially when we're focusing on generative AI, and for most clients, this is a hybrid architecture where generative AI often runs in the cloud and the mainframe is in the data center. Being able to leverage the security controls and advancements of the mainframe is crucial to a solution like this, and for clients to be looking at a solution like this.
Definitely. So I want to go back a little bit. You mentioned that you had developed and deployed MCP on the mainframe. Tell me why that is significant here.
So I would say, first of all, MCP is a new technology, and it's an important technology in the generative AI world because it ties everything together. It ties the LLMs with the data, with AI agents, with other agents. So it's a very important foundational technology, and without being able to implement that, you're losing or missing out on a lot of the value in generative AI. But it's not just being able to build an MCP. It's bringing all the technology advancements of the mainframe in generative AI to the mainframe. Many of the latest Python packages used in the AI world are not available on the mainframe, or many of the new tools are not yet available on the mainframe. Instead of playing catch-up with AI tools on the mainframe, we connect them to the mainframe data. We make them available immediately. If tomorrow one of the generative AI leaders are going to release something new, it's already supported by using the Geniez framework.
What are you hearing from the people that actually use Geniez?
So, many use cases come to mind, but just to name a few, one customer asked us, can I check for security vulnerabilities in my system using Geniez AI? And we say yes. Does that mean we need to process, mainframe data from your SMP database or from your security logs, feed that to an LLM and give you an analysis? Then we can do that. That will save them a lot of time. If you can process, system logs or SMF data, which, as we know, has many record types and is very complex to analyze, and you need to be an expert. And one customer told us, "Oh, I can get a graph, but even the graph, I don't understand what it means." So if you can ask a model like ChatGPT or Claude, "Can you explain to me what's happening in my system?" This is something that can save them a lot of time beyond helping their company serve their end users. It helps them on the day-to-day job.
Okay. So I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about where you see AI going. And you're already on the leading edge, right? We've been talking about AI, your company that's doing something substantial with it. Where's it going next?
I think, the AI world and the mainframe world, it's inevitable. They will be intertwined because the mainframe is so strategic to companies using it. The most critical workloads are running on the mainframe. But on the other hand, companies are looking to leverage generative AI and AI in general, to better serve their clients and their business. So these two will connect. These two will have, there will have to be ways to leverage both worlds and benefit from both worlds. And this is where we're aiming. Okay, we're aiming to have customers ready for the advancements in the generative AI world so they can leverage them for the mainframe.
And what advice would you give to a company that obviously they're hearing about AI and they have a mainframe, but maybe they're a little nervous or they don't know where to start?
I would say, first of all, keep an open mind and educate yourself on generative AI, on AI, what it can do even without a mainframe. In the same way that you probably learned how to work with ChatGPT in your personal life, take a course, come to GS UK, learn about what generative AI can do for you. I think once people get more educated about it, they learn about the security controls, how it does connect to the mainframe, for example, through our framework, then they might be willing to trust it more and give it a shot.
Where can people learn more about Geniez AI or see this technology in action?
So, we don't like just to talk about what we do. We like to show you how it works and what it does. So the best place to look is on our YouTube channel, Geniez AI, where you can see multiple videos and demos of the product in action and demonstrations of the value that it actually brings to mainframe professionals.
What's next for Geniez AI?
So we are very excited about what's next. We're hearing great feedback from customers. We just had an investment from another VC in the company. We're excited about bringing the innovation into this market. We're hiring, we're growing, and you're going to be seeing soon some really cool stuff coming from us.
That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you.